Hey guys, welcome to Coaching for Chris. I'm excited to have Cory Marek here today with me. But first of all, a couple little things. Number one, have you heard about our VIP program? Look, I think it's the coolest thing. I have an opportunity to be able to put a part-time license underneath our federally license. So what does that mean? That means you get all 50 states. There's some rules, there's some guidelines, and we need you to get with your AE to ask about our VIP program that we are just rolling out right away. So if you haven't heard about it, check with your AE. We'll get you connected. Also, have you signed up for our boot camp? Look, I'm down. I'm not quite halfway, but we definitely have that boot camp coming up. Mortgage Boot Camp, May 24th and 25th. If you haven't heard Rick Ruby, or maybe you're scared of Rick Ruby, whatever that one is that, look, you got to come see him. He is amazing. He's going to change your life. Let me tell you one thing. He changed mine. And I know he can change yours. And he's going to be kicking off that big boot camp. He's going to give you 5 things to change in realtor relationships. And he's excited to come. Well, without any more waiting, I want to bring on Cory here and kind of walk through Cory's little vision and story. So Cory, welcome.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Thanks for having me.
You know, Cory won a really big award. What was your big award that you won last year?
Most improved and South Dakota housing.
And won number 1 in South Dakota housing bond program. So those of you that are doing some bond programs, we'd love to be able to support first-time home buyers. Our favorite thing about first-time home buyers is they become a repeat buyer, and they're a great database to continue to work. So congratulations to you on that. Cory, look, you came from another mortgage company. You moved around. You kind of landed in with us. Kind of walk us through that journey.
Yeah, it was crazy. I went from bank to broker down in Florida, and then now I came back to our credit union here in Mitchell, and I missed the opportunity about a year ago with you guys, but I'm happy now. I'm super excited. I've been in a lot of different areas and places, and kind of again a credit union, a bank, and now a broker, and I guess I'm a few years late, but he can't dwell in the past, Chris. So super excited. I've been here for a year, and I love every single day of it. I never got coaching. I never had goals set in the past. Gosh, what a great year it's been with Plains and Windsor.
So let's just kind of like start it off. For those listening, I always tell everybody, look, a coach is super important. I have a coach still to this day. Sometimes I've had 2. I think they're super important. Walk us through. You never had really a coach, like it's almost different, isn't it? A coach and a boss. But let's just talk about the coach first. And what are the things that you like, and what does that coach really do to challenge you and make you be the best that you can be?
So I guess I did have a coach before Plains. That was my wife, and she was my support system. But now I have a coach at work, and that started a year ago. And every week, it just gives me, the main thing I love about it is it gives me that motivation to keep going. It gives me a topic to talk about with the clients. Just you got to have a reason to call somebody. So it's just and the coaching is not not about work. It's about taking care of your family and taking care of your finances. And at the end of the day, if you make somebody well-rounded, they're going to work harder for you. They're going to appreciate you more. People are trying to find loan officers daily. I get a text probably every other day, like I'm trying to buy a service contract for a vehicle or something, that somebody wants me to come work for them. I tell you what, Chris, I will never leave a business that does what Plains does.
Wow. You live in a small market. You got to grind for every loan. How many current realtors are you working with today?
Against?
How many realtors do you have?
Oh, realtors. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was
sorry.
thinking loan officers for a second. Realtors in Mitchell, there's about 25. I work with 23 of them.
Wow. That is insane. So there's 25 realtors in your market, which like Scottsdale is like 30,000. You have 25 in your market. You're working with 23 of them. I know you're really close to them. You do a lot of cool special events for them. How do you do it? Like, how do you work with 23 of them that close when they all know that, they're probably not going to get a referral?
You have to have a plan. At the end of the day, like I'm never in my office. Before I started working here, I was always in my office and waiting, and waiting doesn't work, so it's constantly just going out and seeing them, calling them up. Hey, let's go to coffee, let's go to lunch, let's I took somebody to I took a one of my top realtors, we went to Vegas together. Like, I mean, how cool is that, so it's just constantly just having a relationship with them, and really caring about them. There's two realtors that came to me recently, at the realtor Christmas party, which was 2 months 2 months late, but they came to me and they said, I need help. Like, we are tapping into my 401k right now because we
Hmm.
have to. And so that hits hard. And that was my goal this week, is I'm going to work with them and I'm going to make calls with them. And because I need them as they need me, so it's just constantly being with them and being in front of them and trying to make them better. And then they make me better.
You made me think about working realtor relationships really is not a secret. It's just literally spending time with them, adding value. And in a sense, it's like, do you feel like you're coaching them?
Do I feel like I'm coaching them?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they're coaching me too. I mean, just having conversations, I learn something from them every day and they learn something from me. It's just having conversations about this awesome industry of real estate.
Hmm. All right, let's go to, big topic of today, which is just, you can't do this business without a plan. And it becomes Monday. Walk us through your plan for the week and how you're looking at this week, um, as maybe an organizational type of system. What is your plan Monday through Friday?
Well, before I started here, I didn't really have a plan. Since I started here, I live by the greatness tracker. The greatness tracker is I I mean, it's been proven that it works. So I have my calendar set up. I have, when I make calls, I have yeah, I have my lunch dates with my realtors. Everything is scheduled on my calendar. My biggest obstacle is sometimes veering away from that obstacle when I get too busy and I need to get behind the computer. But at the end of the day, that's why we have our teams. Our teams need to be behind the computer, and I got to follow that calendar. But yeah, my plan is following that greatness tracker, making sure I have my appointments scheduled for my coffee meetings, my lunch meetings, and just filling that greatness tracker completely up. That's my plan, and that plan works as long as I'm talking to enough people and getting in front of enough realtors, business partners, VIPs, contractors, whoever's gonna, I guess, make it spin.
So, for those of you on the call that don't know what the greatness tracker is, I'd love to share with it. All you got to do is put it in the chat, and I'll make sure I get it with you. It was a greatness tracker that changed my life, which then, I continued to be able to share with, just like Cory, as he came from another company. But so, average, the first very category on that greatness tracker is face to faces. And how many face to faces would you say that you're averaging a week?
That's my biggest category. I would say 15 to 20.
And are you working open houses?
I would. They don't like open houses in Mitchell. I need to maybe go to Huron and go to their open houses or something. But I normally always go to open houses as long as they have. Like, I have a contractor that has more open houses than the realtors in our area.
Mhm.
But yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Well, that's unique, right? The realtors really don't do it, but you struggle for every listing that you could get. And I'm sure it's a dogfight after it because there's not a ton of listings in your market. So you're averaging 15 to 20 face to faces. How many break breads? That's the second category on the greatness tracker, is break breads. How many break breads a week?
two minimum.
Two minimum. And then the next category is actually outbound phone calls. It's, to me, it's almost harder to remember I have to go through my phone and log my greatness tracker in to be able to remember, because I forget to write. Sometimes I get going and I forget to write it down. But how many phone calls are you doing a week?
100 plus. It is. I have the same issue. The first day, I'm writing it down. I stay on par and write it down as soon as I make the call, that type of thing. And then at the end of the week, I'm like, oh my gosh, and where'd the week go? And yeah, you have to go back in your phone and you have to write them down. But that's how it works. I mean, it's just you're constantly on the phone 24/7.
Wow. Then we talk about videos, events, and thank you cards. How about in those categories? Where do you think you're at?
The videos are great. Minimum of two per week. Staying in front of people, having a good topic, keeping it short, keeping it. I'm not great at it, but you got to keep doing it because you get better and better as you go. But at least two videos, events, a minimum. I do about one a week.
Wow.
I know we only do required, I guess, to do one a month, but I do one a week. And then
Before
thank
you
you
go on,
cards.
Cory, real quick,
Yeah,
before you go on, give me some ideas. I'm a new originator, right? I'm like, okay, I'll do this greatness tracker if this thing really works. But give me some ideas on events that you would do that would count for that.
yeah, I would take some realtors to like a golf addiction or some type of golf, fun event. Like it does not need to be any. It's going to be fun, So I take them golfing, I take them bowling, I take them go out, have some cocktails. It's just getting in front of a group of people and having some fun. Bringing in like a comedian and having like a comedy night. Just at the end of the day, just come up with an idea. Your idea is going to be perfect. It's just doing it. Just schedule it, get it done, have somebody help you prepare it. My wife helps me prepare my events.
she's, I know her. She's amazing, and you're
She
right.
is.
She is your true coach. One of the events that I remember you guys doing, which was, you know, if you don't have an event, it sounds like you create one. If there's an event with a realtor association or a home builder or a contractor, you'll go to those. But if you don't have one, you'll make one, which is what I love about you. But then also, you did a movie theater night during the summer. Did that work? And walk us through that.
Yeah, we got tickets and we basically they showed up. They had popcorn and pop. It was all just covered, and they just watched a movie.
It was drive-in, right? The drive-in
Yeah,
movie
the
theater.
drive in. We had I think it was Jurassic Park that they were running, and I don't know. I think we had like 200 people show up, and they drove through, and we got to give them out some merchandise and some swag, and
Yeah,
yeah, we had some blow ups, the kind of the Jurassic theme park, but yeah,
you weren't the one in the dinosaur
I was
costume.
not.
Oh, okay.
I could have. I'm short enough, and I have short little arms, um, but no, I wasn't.
How about thank you cards? That's always the tough one for me. I get to the end of the week and I got to continue to remind myself, okay, who am I going to thank you? But how about thank you cards in a week?
Um, the thank you cards is real quick. The idea of you actually gave me this idea. The one thing I love about this group is I steal ideas left and right. You had the idea of writing a thank you card and then copying and mailing it off, right? So you write one thank you card and you send it to 25 people. So I was about to do that the other day to 25 realtors, and I'm like, wait, 10 of them were in the same office. That could be a little goofy. That's not going to work. But no, thank you cards I always could get better at. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm at 7 or 8 a week. Wish it was higher, but it's just you really got to just plan out your day of writing them. But probably 7 or 8 would be nice to get to 20.
Yeah. What a cool plan. I mean, if you guys are not following the greatness tracker, and I just want to go back and give Cory a little bit of credit, right? So 15 to 20 face-to-faces, at least a couple lunches or what we call break bread, anything above bubble gum, 100 plus outbound phone calls in a week, we count how many different videos he does, not the total audience. So I think some people kind of look at it in both different ways. I'm like, hey, I want you to continue to grow your list every single week, but the number one thing is just how many different videos are you doing and you're sending it out. One event a week. And then also he's doing about just under 10 thank you cards. And then we track leads and deals. I call it my casino report. It comes out every day. And we always talk about who you're chasing and who keeps you in that competition. So currently, who are you chasing right now? Who in your mind on that list in the company that you're chasing?
Well, right now we have a couple, but Andrew Kuiper, I mean, he's a veteran. He's my senior loan officer, and I'm chasing him.
Hmm. That's cool. So I hope you beat him. It would
It's
make
gonna
my
take a
day if
lot
you
of
beat him.
work, but it
I
would
think
be
you can do
fun.
it. Yeah. So let's go through. Last year you did how many million?
Last year I did just under 20 million.
So he came new, started with us, got his feet wet, introduced in, boom, 20 million. I can tell you guys that this plan truly does work. And if you just simply follow it. But the cool thing about Cory is that he submitted to the plan. It's not rocket science. It wasn't hard. And then the plan like took care of itself. But let's be honest with everyone, right? I'm sure there's times where you've been frustrated, you needed a pep talk, you needed to be able to get back on the horse again. Walk us through that and then how you got yourself back on.
Back to coaching. I mean, you get it once a week. So if you are down and about, you lose a deal, somebody, something happens, real estate happens. I mean, it's a crazy industry, and the coaching on Tuesday. I mean, if I need to get a little pat on the back or, that's what does it for me. That's what gets me going again. And it's all about the touches. If you want more leads, you have to have more touches. So I mean, you can dwell on it all you want, but it's not going to help. You can't fix it. It's over. It's done with. It's over with. And I love the idea of the thank you. Like when something bad happens, writing a thank you and it makes you feel better
Mhm.
about it. I love that. So I do that. If I have a situation, like I just lost a loan the other day because family was going to do a loan for their kids at 2%. I'm sorry, I can't beat that. I wrote them a thank you card. I spent 6 months with these people doing a construction loan, constantly on the phone. That one hurt. That was a lot of time that I didn't get compensated for. But I
Right.
wrote a thank you and it made me feel better. But so writing thank you cards and coaching really bring me back when things kind of stink.
Hmm. You're probably the first person that I've actually heard tell me that the thank you card makes me feel better. And if you're a loan officer out there today and you get down and out and you want to make yourself feel better, just go thank that customer. Thank you for the time. Thank you for the opportunity. Because I promise you, Cory, that's coming back tenfold to you in referrals, and you didn't even have to ask for it. I'm a loan officer. I'm doing 2 to 3, 4 loans a month. I want to double my production. I know we talked about the greatness tracker, but like true tactics that I need to implement today to be able to double my business, what would they be?
More calls, face to faces.
It's that
Get
simple,
go.
isn't it?
It's that simple. You have to just get your courage up, and just go talk to people, go see people, go to a city event, go to. I mean, you have to get out there. I started the car business before I came to mortgage, and it was as many touches as you possibly can, and get your face out there as much as you can.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that loan officers make it so hard sometimes. And one of the comments that you made in the very beginning, which was, I used to sit around and wait. And I think it's death by waiting. I don't think that's a true saying, but I just made that up. But death by waiting will kill a lot of loan officers. Before I let you go, let's talk about a team. I know that you're on Andrew's team. You and Andrew are partners. You utilize that team. Tell us how you use how the team structure works for you. I mean, I know that you and Andrew are the partners inside the team as the LOs. I don't want to go through that piece. I want to walk through how you're using Colin and how Colin keeps you out selling and how you use that as your benefit.
This is the first business that I was able to do this. So my specialty is selling and being in front of realtors and customers and calling customers. My specialty is not doing the computer work. It's not. So it's very simple. I get the customer. I get a brief instruction of what are we trying to meet for these goals for these clients, and I pass that to Colin. Colin takes the application. Colin gets the documentation. Once I have all of that, the customer then comes back to me. We have a 30-minute meeting, either Zoom in person, and they're ready to go. But he saves me so much time because I'm not collecting the documentation. I'm not doing the application. That's when I'm finding the next customer. And then I'm coming back to that customer. And then Andrew is, hey, I have a situation that I don't know if it's going to work. What would you do, Andrew? So
Mhm.
and then stealing his ideas. He did a really nice video of an open house. I stole the idea, and so it's him and me, as far as a loan officer to loan officer. It's we share our ideas, but Colin, he helps me stay out of the files and stay out finding more business.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that, you don't have to be the most amazing at computers, the most amazing loan technician. Andrew's a great loan technician, by the way. A really, really good loan technician. So you have that in your back pocket, but you don't have to be this amazing loan technician. You just need to be really good at being out there in the public and getting the opportunity, and the team takes care of it from there. You are a true definition of you go get the loans and the team does the loans. And I just feel like that is so. What's next for Cory? Like, what's your big goals? What are you really working hard on right now?
My future is I'm going to have my own team, and I want to grow. I have about 35 to 40% of the market in Mitchell.
Wow.
For me to grow, I need to go to other places. So I'm going to Huron, which is an hour away. I'm going to work that. So what's tough is figuring out when the time is right to grow your team. But I feel like I am so close to that next step. That next step is growing, finding different areas, going to a different location, and sharing my wealth and knowledge of not only mortgage, but being an investor, being a landlord, taking people that are struggling with credit and fixing that. I want to share my knowledge of how I became, I guess, where I'm at today, and go to the next step.
Yeah, I think that, one thing is if you're looking at another market, Cory didn't give himself enough credit on that, but you got to perfect yourself in the market that you're at first, capitalize it, max it out before you go to that next market. And if you have 23 of the relationships of the 25 of the realtors that's in his market, you obviously know his market's small. He has 30% of the market share. He's ready for that next market. And to be able to do that and then devote time. One of the old school originators that was around, Cory, when I was growing up in the mortgage business, she had certain days where she was in certain markets. And I always thought, man, that was super clever. So she went to Worthington on, I think, Thursdays. And I ended up going on I wasn't in insurance at the time, but I was in insurance at the time, not mortgage. And she was getting closer to the end of her career in mortgage. And I was very inquisitive and wanted to know, like, one of the reasons I got in mortgage was I watched her and I watched how she ran her business. And she was just out in the public all of the time, which is exactly what you're saying today. Be out, be rememberable, be everywhere so they keep seeing you, and then just continue to make the calls. So let's talk about database. You're growing your database, you continue to keep working it. How do you stay in active without being annoying? I think that's the big question for most originators. What do I do so that I can stay connected with my database but not be annoying?
I mean, at the end of the day, I think a one touch for sure is a year needs to happen. It needs to be a phone call. You're not being annoying. People have questions. Like, you can't take it that you're being somebody that's trying to sell a service contract. That's not you. They need you, especially now. They really need you. People are tight with finances. They're maxing out credit cards. So how to touch them? Yes, video. You could do a mass email, but keep it obviously personable. Make sure it looks like it's going straight to them. Video. Stay in front of them with videos via text, via email. But the call I think is very important too. So all different ways, obviously email, text, video, and um, that one call maybe two times that or 1 to 2 times a year.
Well, and plus you're doing client events, the movie theater, etc.
Absolutely.
So you're always in front of them. This has been really helpful. I want to end on this, Cory. Tell everybody what the circus is, and then maybe tell them a little bit about your story of doing the circus and how challenging it was.
Yeah, circus, 100 calls for 3 days straight. 100. So 300 calls in 3 days. It is intense. It is hard. I failed. I guess let's take that back. Did I hit it 300 calls? No. So did I fail? Yes. But I made 270 or 280. So did I really fail, or did I contact and have good conversations? I definitely suggest doing the circus, but make them, don't just check them off. You've got to have a reason for the call, or you're probably going to hurt yourself more than help yourself. So you've got to have, take the time and have the meaningful conversation. Don't just try to get off that phone to talk to the next person because you have 25 more to go that day. So just finish your conversations, make them meaningful. It's not about you, it's about them. It's about them, and eventually it'll come back to you.
Cool. Cory, thank you so much. Don't forget what he just said. Most people won't make calls because they make it about them. And what Cory said was, don't make it about you, make it about them. Sorry, I said that wrong. But it is all about them. And our customers is probably the one thing we learned about in circus, which was they have a lot of questions. There's a lot of concerns. And we catch people wanting to say, well, I'm thinking about selling my house. I don't really like my house. I want a bigger house. I want this. I want that. And people change their minds, and the database can't look at it like that. So, Cory, thank you so much for coming. If you have any questions, put it in the chat. We'll make sure to get it answered. If you want that greatness tracker, lead tracker, any of the forms that we use or coaching program, I want to make sure that we get those forms to you so you can start to make a difference. Again, thank you so much, Cory. And hey, enjoy the snow today.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
How many inches?
I think we're at like 4 right now, but it's still coming down hard. So,
All right. See you, Cory.
see you.
Thank you.